Welcome, Gemini. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your May new moon reading. This is inspired by the solar eclipse new moon, actually occurring on April 30th, but having an impact on the first couple of weeks of May until the full moon in May. So at this time, we are really being asked to look forward, to stay in our present journey and to move forward, which is the emphasis of a solar eclipse as opposed to a lunar eclipse where we're looking more at our past and memory. So this gives us an opportunity instead to implement the many changes that we've gleaned and realized, those many changes that have been revealed to us through the past many months of retrograde planets and some deep soul diving. So we have an opportunity now to move forward gently, lovingly, and with as much pleasure and enjoyment as possible as we make changes which we would ordinarily be immediately resistant to. We now are embracing the enjoyable, pleasurable parts of the process of change. So if you enjoy this reading, if you find it useful, please like and subscribe to my channel. And I thank all of you who do, always. I'm going to get started, Gemini, with your overall energy card. These cards are so thick that I have to be sure that I've gotten the Seven of Pentacles, which is the card on top. This card indicates your evaluation and assessment of the efforts, of the results of your efforts. The work that you do has been yielding you a harvest, and you are critically assessing that harvest in terms of the rewards and the methods that you are using, so that you are aware that you can work smarter rather than harder to get better results for your efforts. This is you knowing that you are on a path that is in alignment with your purpose, what you enjoy, what is useful, and what you are fitted for. But you want to maximize the rewards and the returns on the work that you produce, elevating the quality of services or products. In the beginning of May, you have the Ten of Cups, we have the Nine of Pentacles, and the Chance card, which is the same as the Wheel of Fortune in the Rider-Waite deck. So the Chance card is really affirming the beautiful Ten of Cups. And this really shows you in a prosperous, safe, reliable space where you feel secure and protected, and that you are, in fact, enjoying the process of making the many changes that you've come to realize are necessary, not only for your personal improvement, but for the improvement of your circumstance, of your environment, or the conditions under which you are working. You are at a place of achievement and reward where you are experiencing the benefits of those things you have worked hard for. You have been diligent, you have been resourceful, and you are now learning to embody that resourcefulness so that you actually are allowing your feelings to indicate the success or lack of success of the efforts you're making, naturally moving yourself in the direction of what feels good in the process of doing it. You're not solely motivated by the rewards that you are receiving. The rewards are residual, and you are learning to understand that it is the process of creating stability, security, abundance for yourself that is allowing you to bring that as a model to your community so that others can partake in the same process of independence that you have achieved. This is also showing me that the universe is recognizing your tremendous efforts, your diligence, your ability to help and offer support wherever it has been needed. You are, in fact, willing now to recognize that the completion of the circle relies on you allowing yourself to receive, to allowing those to whom you've given to give back to you. And this is part of the universe acknowledging that your efforts and hard work have turned the wheel so that you are now in a cycle and a period of receiving the not only the rewards but the emotional fulfillment of the efforts that you've been making. Towards the second week of May, we have the Three of Cups, the Ten of Swords, and the Seven of Swords. So you are working towards this community, this circle of support that has helped you as you have explored your own emotional narrative, your own story of challenge and overcoming that challenge. As you have looked at those vulnerabilities, those things that we are told make us weak, but you're actually discovering that in sharing these stories of overcoming challenges, you are displaying and exhibiting the strength and support that others can rely on. This creates a circle in which you can process some tremendous challenges that you have experienced throughout your life. In achieving this wonderful reward and satisfaction, you have had to review the steps that got you there on your journey, many of which contained and may have seemed like a series of failures, disappointments, betrayals, heartaches, abandonments, loss. This is the environment from which you are milking these experiences, diving into the difficult emotions, not just the external events, but the emotions that have led you to believe that these were either the actions of others to which you were a victim, or the ways now that you are seeing that you participated and held responsibility in these events that did not fulfill their potential. These are opportunities that you invested in mightily, but did not yield what you expected. And instead, now that you are beginning to experience the fulfillment of the work you've done towards your own stability and protection and security, you are understanding that these many difficult challenges have actually been the gifts that are now giving to you, that are now uplifting you, that are now lightening you and helping you to recognize that they are part of what has created who you are today, this strong, independent person who is a model for others. And it is the sharing of the challenges that has helped you. What has also been instrumental in gaining you this tremendous strength and pleasure, actually, that you're experiencing in the process of making these changes in your life, in your world, in your community, is this sense that you are best now able to distance yourself from your powerful emotions and those things that trigger you. When loved ones or people we imagine to be our friends discourage our best efforts, dismiss our ideas, do not support changes we want to make or ideas we're inspired by, that has in the past absolutely wounded you and fed into any sense of self-doubt that you may have already been harboring. Any insecurities that you were feeling have been stoked by the dismissal or the negative feedback of others whose unsolicited advice you were never seeking. However, rather than being wounded by that kind of feedback, when you are opening yourself up to making changes and supporting, communicating, sharing your stories with others, you are now aware that a lot of the intentionality of these communications is not sincere or may not be authentic. However, that need not be an obstacle to what it is that you want to do, what you are creating, how you're moving forward. And instead, you're learning to pick your battles, to listen to these stories. You are now able to see through these miscommunications or intent of others and not be deterred by that. So in a way, you are conserving your energy for the things that really matter, the work that is really important in building up your resources and assessing and evaluating what it works and how it works best. So this is all a part of your looking at the way that you can harvest the rewards you receive from your harvest. The Nymph of Pentacles, or the Page of Pentacles, the Star card, and the Temperance card. So yes, Gemini, you are in the throes of a powerful healing that is ongoing. This kind of healing is a lifetime experience, but you have consciously stepped on this path some time ago, several months ago, if not years, for most of us, so that you are now gaining a clear and clear vision of a hopefulness for your efforts, for your enterprise, for the organization, for the work you're planning on producing and creating. You now have gained a vision that is pulling you through. The hopefulness of that vision is pulling you through these challenges, and you're continuing to learn from these challenges as you continue to open up yourself to the input of others. You continue to share what you've learned, the real vulnerability of your experiences and what you've gained opens you up to a vast communication. You are an open vessel. You are a shining star. The work that you're doing can even make you a star in your constellation and among those loved ones and community members that are a part of your working and domestic environment. So you are always in the effort that you began with here with the Seven of Pentacles, where you're looking at, balancing out, assessing the rewards that you reap from your efforts. And the Temperance shows you doing that at a grander scale. This is you reviewing your whole life at every point in your life, balancing out your external events and opportunities with the inner needs and desires that you have, purifying those, so that this card was called the Grand Alchemist in an earlier iteration of the Brotherhood, the Church of the Brotherhood of Light's Egyptian deck. It was called the Grand Alchemist, whose name I loved because it reflected the process of alchemy, refining our gross material instincts for the finer qualities of spiritual gold. And the Philosopher's Stone, the truth that helps us to purify our base instincts into our higher self. and those opportunities that come apart, you are clear and clear about recognizing where the real work is for you. Not the distractions from other people, but the real work that is a function of your relationship with yourself. I'm going to clarify the Ten of Swords at the beginning of the deck, in the middle of your reading, with the Four of Pentacles and the Death card. Interesting, the death, the number 13 reduces to the number 4, so 4s are very critical to the foundation that you are now laying right now. The Ten of Swords recognizes the closing out of a cycle of grieving and loss, and the death really does reflect that change, that you are moving through portals. The 10 cards here are indicating you're stepping at the threshold, and the Death card is indicating your ability and desire to move through to a new level, to release the old and move on to something that is new. The Four of Pentacles indicates that this is about foundation building for you. This is about manifesting on a material level, and that you are holding on to those resources that you have created so that you are on a firm foundation. This also indicates a cautiousness on your part as you move forward. And both attitudes, the desire to let go and the desire to hold on, can appear to be conflicting, but they are both equally required in whatever measure your higher soul is indicating they are. Wherever your intuition, your healing energy is telling you to let go and to hold on, is the wisdom that you must follow. I'm going to finish out this reading, Gemini, with an oracle card from the Language of Flowers and the Crystal Oracle, and ask again, if you're enjoying this reading, to please like and subscribe to my channel. It helps me immensely, and I deeply appreciate all of you. I've pulled the Mexican Marigold, and the key word is renewal. Time to begin again, stronger, better. I'm going to leave it here, Gemini. Thank you so much for your time and attention. Until next time, Namaste.